My name is Richard Timms. I'm chairman of Sheffield FC, the world's first football club.
Being the world's first football club means that we have the global audience.
I've played against Inter Milan, Ajax, we've been all over the world, we're invited out to play against other teams, and no other non-league football club can vouch for that.
Everyone in the area is very passionate about the club.
When I first walked through the doors, 12, 13 years ago as a player, you know there's something special here.
Thank you very much. Say me out laughing. I can't thank you for saying me out laughing.
When the Sheffield rules were written in 1857, there were other laws of the game, and Cambridge University also had a set of laws which were later adopted by the FA. I mean, if you read them through, they're very, very similar. But in the Sheffield rules, number 1, it says we shall kick off from the middle, which obviously is exactly the same as today. Each team shall play with a red cap or a blue cap, which of course, when there were no kits, is the forerunner of kits. And we have a newspaper report from 1863 that said Sheffield shall play by 11. Little old Sheffield FC, some guys might have played for it, but really the city has been obsessed with Sheffield Wednesday and Sheffield United. And I thought, there is a Premier League that's now the biggest league in the world awash with money, and it all started with this tiny little football club with one team. And I really thought there has to be more to it than that.
I'm from Sheffield, and I was brought up in Dronfield, where our home is at the moment. To manage the world's first football club and to kind of be in the history books for that is a very, very proud time for me.
It is an honour, like I say, every time I pull that shirt on, I run through a brick wall for the manager, and that's what it's about, and I enjoy it. It's it's a part-time job, but it's run very professionally. We train hard, we train how we want to play, and that's how I've been ever since I signed for the club 12 years ago.
We have a unique brand, a USP that can translate all over the world.
I get a lot of social media messages from the international players or international fans, players that were wanting to come from all over the world, from Brazil, to the US, to Canada, and they want to play games and they want to play for the club. It's part of everybody's history.
We're looking for links to tell the story. Our values are about integrity, respect and community, and respecting the heritage and the history of the game. To do that, we need relationships, we need contacts. So we've got a project called the Club of Pioneers, where we're going around the world to meet the pioneer from every country.
That brings not the rich and famous, but the people that count, the people that matter, the people that invented the game within their countries. That's massively important to us.
So we've got Genoa in Italy, probably one of our first pioneers, started by Englishmen. I went round at Genoa Stadium when we inducted them into the Hall of Pioneers, and they were all singing Rule Britannia. And also, over the tannoy, the crowd were also singing, probably the most famous song you've heard from Sheffield is Don't You Want Me Baby by the Human League. FIFA celebrated 100 years of international football in Zurich in 2004, and they invited me out to that ceremony. Didn't really understand why I was going.
FIFA had a place for an Order of Merit for something special in football, and they never really gave that to football clubs.
And the nominations for a FIFA Centenary Order of Merit were little old Sheffield FC and Real Madrid. So that was an amazing opportunity for us. You've got, a tiny little football club like Sheffield having the same honour and award as the biggest and richest football club in the world.
Classic Football Shirts was kind of started 10 years ago, and we were looking for a partner that had heritage, authenticity, originality. Really, there was only Sheffield FC that kind of, in the football world, looking at sponsorship, the world's first, they were the perfect fit for us. So introducing the new heritage shirt for Sheffield FC to celebrate the 160th anniversary. You see in the back neck label, we've got the coordinates for the home of football, and in the back there, Yours in Football 1857. We're running a campaign about fans come first, so the pricing is at £24.99. We like to keep it affordable for the club to fit in with their community angle. We've
had a desire and highlighted the place where Sheffield FC were born, the very first field the club football was ever played, and over the last 8-9 years we've had a desire to move back there. And we set a crowdfunding campaign up about 3 years ago, 2-3 years ago, really to sort of ignite that and see if we could get a bit of seed capital.
Everybody knows it's the oldest football club, but there's not that much appeal for everyone to come to watch. But if they came back to like the same ground that they played at when they began, there'd be a lot more people come to like be involved in it.
Chairman's very confident that it will happen. It'd be great to be back at their, where the home of football kicked off.
You look at the fans now, they're here because they love football, they love grassroots football, and we've got a place to play in that. And on a global audience, what a great thing to have the world's first football club back to its spiritual home.